What's poppin', world? I'd like to welcome y'all to another edition of Bang Out Webisodes. Alright, matter at hand. Well, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate LeBron James on his decision going to Miami Heat. I think it's a great decision. I think it's a smart decision. He's given the Cavs 7 years of his life. You know, he was 18 when he started. He's 25 now. I think the decision is a bold, smart, great move. You know, the Cavs, they've reached the playoffs every year. You know, they reached the finals twice. They've come up short twice. You know, it's only so much you can do. You know, I don't understand. I think Dan Gilbert has no class for lashing out at an individual like LeBron so hard. He's, first and foremost, man, people in Cleveland should commend LeBron James. I mean, first of all, he's created so much opportunity in Cleveland. I mean, he's created jobs, if you want to be technical, you know, just around that whole area. You know, they got bars, they got businesses, they got all kinds of shops, all different kind of things, capitalizing strictly off LeBron James sales. You know, we have LeBron James in our state, so they're going to capitalize off of it, which they've done for 7 years. You know, he's created jobs. He's just given the whole state of Ohio something great and spectacular for 7 years. He represented Cleveland. He got it on his back. He represented hard. He's a Cleveland, he's an Akron, Ohio representative, man. You know, he's always talking. You know, if it was LeBron James would have been left if he didn't think something like this would happen. You know, everybody on like, first of all, the man's a grown man. Man, he's 25 years old. He has to make decisions that are gonna affect him and his family for the rest of his life. You know, Cleveland Cavalier fans and people in Cleveland, mad, they burning jerseys. I think a bunch of bullshit ass, just, you know, it's just dumb to me. It's really dumb, man. And I feel sorry for the individuals who've done that. You know, and I think Dan Gilbert is an asshole for that. I think he realizes how much LeBron is important to the state of Ohio, to Cleveland, and basically, you know, technically, Dan, he's probably giving you a job, homie. You know what I'm saying? He's probably keeping you in the office because LeBron leaves, sales diminish, Cleveland, the city of Cleveland, income drops. It's just all kind of things can happen after LeBron leaves. So I think Dan Gilbert is mad. He's extremely mad because he know LeBron was a cash cow and is a cash cow. So he's mad, punk. But, you know, whatever. Moving on to the matter at hand, though, which is, whose team is it now since LeBron is on the team? I'm going to be real with you, man. Well, first I'm going to be technical. Technically, it's Dwayne Wade's team because he's been there for 6 years. Let me just go ahead and get that out of the way, okay? But, in my opinion, personally, the one who drives the team, the one who's the facilitator, the one who makes it happen both defensively and offensively and across the board in all aspects, is usually the one who operates the team. And if you operate the team, in my opinion, it's your team. If you're the team operator and the team manager, that's kind of your team. So that's what I think. You know, you got Jordan with Chicago Bulls. He ran the show. He made it happen. He was the facilitator. It was his team. You got Lakers right now. Kobe Bryant. He runs the show. He makes it happen. He's the facilitator. It's Kobe Bryant's team. You got Phoenix Suns. He runs the show. He's the facilitator. He makes it happen. He calls the plays. It's his team. That's Steve Nash's team. You got Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. A lot of people think and thought that, or still think to this day, that was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's team because he averaged, you know, something like 30-something points a game. No, wasn't his team, man. It's Magic Johnson's team. Why? Because he ran the show. He got the ball to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tall ass. He got that ball to him. He ran the show. That was his team. Kareem can't dribble that damn basketball up and down that court, skill and score when he want to score. No, somebody has to get him the ball. You know, Rajon Rondo, Boston Celtics. Rajon Rondo runs that damn team. He's the facilitator. He makes it happen. That's Rajon Rondo team. It's not Paul Pierce team. And I'm sorry, Paul, if you still think it's your team. Now, I think Paul is, back in his prime, was one of the most underrated players of all time. I think he's a great damn player. Paul's my man. But anyway, moving on from that shit. That's Rajon Rondo team. He makes it happen. Paul don't really make it happen right now. That's Rajon Rondo team. And also, while we on Boston Celtics, Kevin Garnett, first year when he came to Boston Celtics, won a championship. Why? Whose team was it when Kevin Garnett got there with Paul Gasol, with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen? Technically, it was Paul Pierce's team. But Paul Pierce didn't win that championship, man. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm sorry, world. But Paul Pierce didn't win that championship team. I mean, he didn't win that championship ring. Paul Pierce definitely, his skills definitely played a big factor in that in those games in 2008 while they won the championship. But Kevin Garnett is the main reason why they won that championship, man, in 2008. Why? Because he was the emotional leader. He was the man. He scored big shots when they come down to the bucket. And he just was the facilitator. Not as a point guard standpoint, but as a big man. He kept them in unison with each other. He made it happen. Everybody was in sync because of Kevin, man. He was that guy. So, I think in 2008, that was like almost, it's kind of hard out, a little more tricky, but I think it was like Kevin Garnett team in 2008, even though he just got there. But he made it happen, man. He won that championship for them. Paul Pierce's expertise did his job, though. Now, with all that said, right, that leads us to the matter at hand. LeBron James, D Wade, who team is it? Out of humility and out of being humble, you gotta always, like, you accept an award, you gotta thank the man of I thank you, God, But anyway, moving on from that, I think LeBron James is going to be the facilitator of Miami Heat. I think he's going to kind of run the show. I think offense is basically 80% of the time, or 70%, about 75% of the time, is going to run through LeBron because, first of all, he's a matchup nightmare because he's 6'9", 260. I mean, and he's a point guard, really. He can do. I mean, he's the first player in history to be able to play all positions. There was a lot of people who can play like 1 through 4 or 1 through 3. No, LeBron can play every damn position if he wants to because the man's strong as hell. And he got a little jumper now. And he can dribble. And his eyes are stupid. He can see. He got eyes behind his back. So, anyway, he's going to be the drive of that team because he's emotional. LeBron has always been a leader all his life, man. So, I think it's going to be him. I think he's going to be that guy of that Miami Heat team. Now, I think ultimately D Wade is going to average more points, about 24, 25 points a game. But technically, LeBron, I think, is going to probably be more important. I think he's going to be the most important person on the team. I think he's going to average about 22 points a game, about 10 to 15 assists a game, maybe even 7, 8, 9 rebounds a game. Close to a triple-double still. But he's going to take probably less points, more assists now because he got greater players around him. And that's more important to me than just 25 points. If you can average 22 points, 10 to 15 assists a game, that's more important than just 25 points. That's more important than 30 points a game. Because an assist can be either 2 points or 3 points. And if you got 10 of those, that means technically you probably got about 25 points. So anyway, I ultimately think right now, well, when the season starts, I think everybody be like, okay, yeah, it's LeBron team. He can't help but be a leader. That's all he's been all his whole life, is a leader. So D-Wade, everybody gonna assume their positions, but when it's time to make it happen, that boy LBJ gonna make it happen. That's why I'm thinking he gonna be that's gonna be his team. Y'all take it easy, man.